Okay, guys. So up till now, in the last few videos, we have created our square component, our board component. We've added a functionality of adding crosses and knots. So now today we're going to learn, code how to declare a winner, how to check for a winner and declare a winner if there is, and then we're going to further look into we're going to declare a winner, and then we're further going to look into implementing time travel. So basically time travel is if you want to go back in time to some state. So that there we were basically going to learn how to pass a whole state to the components, and we're going to be lifting the state up and lot more stuff. We're going to also be learning how to add dynamic lists, which is a very important part of React. Okay, so for now, let's just create a function and let's call it calculate winner. Okay, and this is going to take in the current state of squares. Okay, so it's going to take in squares. Now we need to first have hard code what lines to check from if it's a winner, right? So we're going to create a variable called lines. Okay, so now in this we're going to have another list, and we're going to have, so the top line 0 1 2, the middle line, so that will be 3 4 and 5, and then the third line that will be 6 7 and 8. So if any of these three match the currents are currently selected and have the same either crosses or knots, then it's a winner. Okay, now then let's do diagonals. So we're going to have 0, let's do horizontals first. Okay, 0 3 6, these are the firsts. Then we'll have 1 4 and 7, and then we will have the last column will be 3 and 5 and 8. Okay, and then let's just do the diagonals. So 0 4 and 8, and the other one is 2 4 and 6. All right, so now we have our winning lines. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check if any of these are present in the squares. Okay, so let's just get a for loop running. For, so this I equals to 0, I less than lines dot length, because we want to loop over lines and check for each. And inside here I want to get const a comma b comma c. So basically what I'm doing is I am destructuring the lines. So every lines variable, lines, this particular array, into a comma b comma c, three separate variables. So basically lines I, so let's say if lines I is 0, this is going to be selected and it's going to be destructured from here. So a is going to have 0, b is going to have 1, and c is going to have 2. Okay, so this is just destructuring, and it's part of ES6. So ECMAScript 6 standards. So you should look into ES6 if you are not aware. It has a lot of useful features now. Okay, so now let's see, if squares of a, okay, so squares of 0, I'm taking the first line as an example. Squares of 0 is true, that means it's not null. Okay, it's selected, and it's equal to squares of a squares of a is equal to squares of b. That means a is not null, and squares of a is, and squares of b, that is the 0 and 1 is same. And I'll just copy this. Squares of a and squares of c is the same. That means all the three are same. We want to return squares of a. Okay. Else we want to return null. Not node editor. We want to return null. Okay. Yeah. So what's happening here is we're going to loop over these. We're going to check if squares of 0, squares of 0 and 1, and squares of 0 and 2 all are same. So squares is going to have either x or o. So we're going to check if everything is the same. We're going to return that yes, x is the winner if everything is the same. That whole line is the same. So it's going to be the top line, middle line, bottom line, then first column, second column, third column, and then the diagonals. So we're going to check all these. And if we find any of these conditions to be true, we're going to return that. So we're going to return either cross or not. Or if we don't find that anybody is the winner, we're going to return null. Cool. So now that we have our winner function, what we're going to do is before we render, okay, we're going to call this const winner. Let's create a variable. We're going to calculate winner, and we're going to have this dot state dot squares passed to it. Okay. So let's give another thing called let's give another okay, so now if we have a winner, so if winner is true, that means it has some value, it's not null. That so if we have a winner, we'll be passing something, right? Cross or not, so it's not going to be null. So if there's winner, we want the status to be this const dot status. I'm going to just push it up here. Const status equals to let's just give it, let it be like this for now. Okay, and this status equals to, we want to give apostrophes winner is, and we're going to pass in dollar braces, and we're going to pass in winner. Okay, so winner is cross or not. Else if there is no winner, we're going to pass in status equals to, and we're going to let the status be as it was earlier about the next player. Okay. So we have an error here. It says unexpected token. Okay, so we're just going to let this be null in the start. All right, fine. Status is a constant and cannot be assigned. Obviously, we need to make this let. Okay, we don't need to assign it anything anymore. Cool. So there you have it. You've created this. Now we also need to change our handle click function. So as I had mentioned earlier, that every time the state is changed, the component is going to get re-rendered. Okay, and the child components all are going to get re-rendered. But if we already have an X in that square, even if now we click on it, it's going to again pass in something. Okay, so if you see, we have X and you're going to change it. Okay, you're going to flip it, and that's not what we want. Once we have it set, we don't want to be able to change it. Okay, so what we're going to do is in handle click, we're going to add that if calculate winner of squares is true, that is that if we have a winner, or if squares of I is not null, that means it's true that we already have a square, we're just going to return. Okay. And we're going to say that we don't want to do any changes. So if you don't do any changes, nothing is going to get re-rendered, you're going to have good performance. Else we want to continue as we were. Cool. So now we have our Tic Tac Toe app ready. Cross, not, cross, you click it, nothing happens. Cross, not, cross, cross. So you have it. Winner is X, you can't do any more changes because that's what we've done. That if we have a winner, we don't want to do anything. Okay, so now you can see that our game is up and running. We have all our information. Now last part we're going to do is we're going to add in our status and our history of moves. So we're going to have the time travel functionality to this. That's going to help you with understanding how we make dynamic lists and all that information. So since this video is already a little long, I'm going to push it to the next video, and that's going to be the last video. We're going to just finish up everything, add all the functionality, make it look a little better, and that's going to be it, guys. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.
Like, share, subscribe. Press the bell icon and follow us on Instagram to get notifications for our latest videos.